Welcome to another day of We Live Free RV. Today we're going to be talking about a shower modification. So we live in a Grand Design 397TH toy hauler. And as you guys know, it has a front bathroom and a back bathroom. The front bathroom by the master bedroom has glass doors. And we found three pretty, not bad things, but things that irk us to where we're trying to change it a little bit. The first one is that it leaks. And it's not necessarily an issue that the designer or the manufacturer did. It's just quality control, simple things. Two is that it gets dirty and it stays dirty.
It's very difficult to clean the way that the tracks are set up with how the glass rolls in, because we have 3 different panes, and it is not impossible, but it is a little bit time consuming to clean something simple.
And then lastly, we are wanting to add in the curved shower rod to basically add more space and reduce weight. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you, we're not dirty people, but we just cleaned our bathroom last week, and we can show you what has already accumulated over the last week. So let's take you and we'll show you what we're doing. Alright, so the stuff that we're talking about, let's see if I can get in on it, is you can see we get water lines all along this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this out. For those of you that wanted to keep your tracks, you hear that squeak sound, that's what we're talking about. What you can do is that if you take a sponge, let me grab a sponge. If you need an easy way to clean this, obviously trying to clean it with a sponge isn't an easy adventure. So one of the things you can do is you can mark where the lines are, cut it, and then you just press it down and slide it all the way along. Grand Design uses the square bit. It's the SO2 for my drill bit set. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start from the top and work our way down. Now, it will be good to have a buddy or have somebody to help you, because these things, when they break, they shatter into a million pieces. So there's a screw in this corner, and there's a screw over here in this corner. And so that's what we're going to start with first. Now, one of the things you can do whenever you're taking apart screws is if you grab a towel, set it down right there, and that's where we're going to keep all of our screws. Additionally, see, knocked over my tripod. Additionally, take another towel, cover over the drain, because you don't want to have anything in your drain. Some people can use tape. And then we're going to take apart this other side. Grab a razor blade, just lightly cut down. Once again, you're not touching on your tub liner, we're not hitting the walls. And what we're doing is we're just doing enough to where it loses some of that strength, and you saw that it gave. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're just going to cut, because we can clean up the caulk a little bit later. We're going to cut on the inside. And now some of you may be able to get to the top of yours as well. You can cut along the top. And it should make things a little bit easier. Now, when you go to take this top off, these are going to want to move a little bit with you. What it's doing is it's catching along the bottom. Because when they caulk this, they actually do a pretty decent job. that off. And we're gonna actually set it up against the towel. And then now, this is ready to be moved. And so I'm gonna go put this, set this down in the back toy hauler space for now. Then we're gonna come back, we're gonna work on the rest of this. Now we're gonna take out the screws on the rails down on each side. We're gonna do so slowly because you don't want to tear up the plastic on the tub. And then also over here, underneath, this is where our leak was actually coming from, is you see this just pulls up. That's caulking over a screw. And so we're gonna pull that up out of the way and we'll be able to take our tracks off. Once you've taken out the different screws, all you're gonna be doing is gently pulling, super gentle, you're not in a rush. We'll work our way down, slight pull, and it'll actually start to tear on its own, but if you're and then you see it just reach that point. Now this is the part that I wanted to show everybody, is that we clean this every week at least. And look at this. This is just a whole bunch of mold that we can't get access to because it's behind there. Which is frustrating because it's where these two holes are. And then along each edge is where you're getting your issues. I'll go ahead and start the tension part. And you want to cut very, very gently. You don't want to go onto this fiberglass at all. You can see where even the screws that hold it in, where they screwed them in too tight, caused a little bit of damage that we can repair. Or you put a screw back in. Sometimes you get a part where they caulk really well. Keep on going down. Got to make sure I don't hit the water and give myself a shower. Alright, that one's out. But now all we do with this one is we just take it. We're going to wiggle it a couple of times. And then that side has more caulk, so we'll come over to here. Grab our X-Acto knife or your razor blade. Do a quick line. Once again, you should not hear any grinding or any kind of interesting sounds coming from this while you do this. There we go. I'm going to leave this in the shower. One of the things I want to show everybody is that this, so we showered, I think last night, and this is still wet, which is pretty, and when I say still wet, like we're still pushing water down. So what we'll do is we'll just do a quick dry. And then we'll get some Windex or some cleaner, and we're going to clean this up. And then we'll take the caulk off. Alright, so currently Amanda is scraping the silicone off from around the edges. And because the shower is a little tiny, we can't really fit two of us in there at the same time and be effective. We kept bumping into each other. And so what I did is I took our shower curtain that we purchased, we bought it at the local Lowe's, and went to see if it would fit, and what do you know, it doesn't. So what I did is I measured it, I extended it out, and it has these push button holes. I'll show you here in a second what I'm talking about. And obviously the shower is much smaller than a traditional shower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try drilling a hole and we're going to see if this works. Here we have our curved shower rod. And so what I did is I put it together, which as you can see it goes together right like that. It'll just slide in, and we have this little push button that goes into these holes, and that's how you set the adjustment. Now the downside is that for our shower it needs to be right about there, which as you can see the holes stop here, but our push button is all the way down here. And I got this measurement by simply just taking it in there, totally collapsed in on itself. And then what I did is I marked it, and then what I'm doing is I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to come over here with my drill bit and I'm going to drill a hole right here. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because this part of the shower head is adjustable, and so it'll go out and in as needed, and we'll go from there. We'll see how this works. We're going to start with a smaller drill head. Let's hope I don't tear up the floor so my wife doesn't kill me.
What?
And then we will just work our way up. And voila. Alright guys, that was our Grand Design 397TH shower door removal with the frame and the caulk, and the tension rod modification that we did. Bought it from Lowe's, and just a simple quick drill of some holes. I have a video in here as well. And you know, I don't know, Amanda, what are your thoughts on how the shower mod turned out?
I think it was a lot easier, and I'm not super savvy with tools, but it was really easy just to, I mean, even take the frame off and cut all of the caulk down and seal it back up in the necessary places. And already with even just like the plastic liner, it seems, I think, much more brighter and open. Yes. And just the black frame around, that made the room seem so much smaller, and just with that simple 4 pieces of metal out, it seems like a more welcome space already. So I love it.
Yep. And the advantage is that if you're like me and you've stepped on that shower rail multiple times, it's, like I said, it's a lot like stepping on Legos. It's not enjoyable. It does wake you up quick though.
And I'm short, so I've done it plenty of times as well. I have to pick my legs very high up, so he's not the only one.
But if you like this modification, we're going to continue to post videos on modifications. We'll do a tour of our house. We've already done a few throughout. And we're also going to be posting videos of all the adventures that we go on, which is why we chose the We Live Free RV tag. So if you want to see more of us, you want us to pop up in your feed, help us out and hit the subscribe button. Thanks you guys. We'll see you next time.